You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for August 18th through the 29th. We're going to talk about Lily lying and Nick accusing. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's jump right into it. On Monday, August 18th, Nate and Audra are talking about Amy seeming worn down by Damien's death and funeral. Nate needs a distraction, and he asks his girlfriend about Victor. And Audra tells him that her gut told her it was time to cut ties with Victor, but then Nate stuns Audra and says Victoria told Nate that it was Victor who backed out of the deal. Audra gets defensive, and that makes Nate even more suspicious. Audra tells him to distract him that she's going to take a job working with Sally Spectra at Abbott.com. Lily tells Kane that she will help him with the kids if he tells her what all he's planning. But he's more interested in talking about a reunion, and she's not. And then Kane suspects that Lily's playing him, and so he turns down her deal. Holden interrupts them, and Lily tries to get some info out of him, but she leaves mad with nothing. Kane tells Holden to add Nick to his target list, and then Kane sets a time to call the kids and face the music. Phyllis and Nick are discussing summer staying in Italy permanently, and Nick asks Phyllis about Kane and tries to get Phyllis to work on Kane to accept his offer to be an ally. Phyllis doesn't buy any of this, and she asks if Nick is trying to get her to betray Kane, but Nick is insisting he just wants peace. Claire tells Nikki she knows what Victor did to ruin Victoria's love life again and again. She's not going to let it happen to her. Claire is done with Victor, and Nikki realizes she can't make this better, so she just tells her granddaughter to ignore Victor and pursue her happiness. And Claire tells Nikki she's going to tell Nate what a garbage pile that Audra is. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing those words. Tuesday, August 19th, Phyllis gives Kane some advice that he didn't ask for. It could be about Lily and the kids, since when Phyllis was talking to Nick, Lily approached them and was snarking about Kane and the kids and them finding what he did unforgivable. But the thing is, Phyllis knows how much her kids have forgiven her, and I think for far worse than what Kane has done, just lying about his name, if you think about it, you know? Diane surprises Jack by planning a romantic getaway, and I wonder if they're finally going to get a real honeymoon or if it's just local plans in town. They have drinks at the Abbott Mansion as Diane surprises Jack with what she's thinking. Holden demands to know if Daniel is digging dirt on him for Kane, and we got to wonder, is Holden being paranoid, or does he have a reason to ask? Does Holden know that Daniel is the son of Phyllis, one of Kane's new partners? Also, Holden is crushing hard on Claire. He may be totally off of Audra now. Holden's really trying to resist because Claire's with Kyle and he's focused on his new job with Kane. Audra may be peeved to find out even that Holden doesn't want her now, because he was low-key stalking her and she acted annoyed. But Audra's ego may actually be bruised if she loses her stalker to Claire and then couldn't seduce Kyle away from Claire. So Audra may be setting herself up as Claire's chief rival, but it may not work out the way she wants. Wednesday, August 20th, we've got Daniel seeing Tessa in a new light. I wonder if she may actually get flirty with Daniel and if there's some sort of vibe there, because Daniel's feelings for Tessa may intensify soon. Also this week, Chelsea asks Billy about what he's going to be doing, since Sally is apparently going to be running Abbott.com, and Billy tells Chelsea he's got big news to share soon. But then on Wednesday, Billy is quite angry and he confronts Chelsea and Adam looking for answers. So I wonder if Chelsea told Adam that Billy handed control of Abbott.com over to Sally, and Adam did a hit piece on Billy about him being a loser before his company even gets off the ground. It sounds like something Adam would do and that Victor would love. Claire tells Nate they need to talk, and then Claire tells him he needs to know the kind of person that Audra is, and she's going to spill all the beans about the Victor deal, the Kyle seduction, all of it. And Audra is going to try and blame things on Kyle to make Audra look better and to make Claire look paranoid, like Audra may say, oh, no, there was no deal. Kyle was just trying to seduce me and I rejected him. Yeah, I don't think any of her scrambling, lying, and denying is going to help. Thursday, August 21st, Nate updates Devon, who is just back from his trip to see Anita Dupree over on Beyond the Gates. And I'm sure Nate is going to talk about Damien's funeral, Amy struggling, and what Audra has been up to with Kyle and Victor. The guys talk at Society. Jack offers Kyle some fatherly advice and wisdom on Thursday, likely about Claire, Victor, all of the above. And speaking of the mustache, he makes a decision that is going to shock everyone. And I wonder if he is going to take Victoria's advice and tell Claire that he will accept her and Kyle. If he does, I don't buy it. Friday, August 22nd, Nate demands the truth from Audra. No more BS. No more lies. The truth, and just let the chips fall where they may. I would still be shocked if Nate got the full truth out of Audra. And Phyllis gets her first work assignment from Kane, and I wonder if it's going to be to spy on Nick, which might work out just fine since Nick has approached her about Kane. The week of August 25th through the 29th, we've got Audra scrambling. Of course, she wants to keep Nate. She already lost the hope of having her company, and I'm sure Audra's not going to give up on Nate without a fight. He's a prize. And of course, Audra's going to blame Claire and Kyle and Victor and anybody but her own actions, and she likely won't stop until she gets revenge. Phyllis is playing a dangerous game, and we have to wonder, will she really betray Nick for Kane? I mean, unlike her kids, Daniel and Summer, I do not think Nick would forgive her. This is a deal breaker if she does it. Victor is strategizing. I suspect he's going to keep trying to undermine Kyle while acting to Claire's face like he's chilling out. Speaking of his granddaughter, Claire is uneasy. All this stuff with Kyle might be too much, and I wonder if Claire has some residual doubts about Kyle after Audra slings a bunch of mud on her way out the door as she's dumped. Things are going to take a turn for Daniel, and Tessa may be shifting from just friends to just a little more. Victoria comforts Nate. He's going to be very upset about Audra working with her father, and Victoria, of course, will have lots of opinions on that because she knows all about it as well. And this is the worst time because Nate is also grieving Damien's loss. Victoria is grieving Cole. So we'll see if that leads anywhere as they support each other. Nick and Sharon heat up. They kissed once, then it was an almost kiss. Looks like a full-on chic reunion is coming very soon. Kyle and Jack are uneasy about Victor's truce. Kane's not going to give up on Lily, but he may get distracted by another woman. Sally comforts a hurt and angry Audra, and Chelsea may lean into the Newmans after Billy goes on tirades and sticks close to Kane.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.